As you can see over my shoulder, we're at the Alamo Dome and watching the second practice of the Cowboys two-a-day. But Friedo and I are not talking Cowboys football or Cowboys practice. Instead, we're talking a little bit of Ranger baseball in August. Yeah, tomorrow's August.
We went out to dinner last night on the Riverwalk, man.
Very, very romantic dinner.
Oh my gosh, romantic service was awful though, but we'll get into that later, maybe in another podcast. But Rangers came up, and the Rangers not completing that trade for Roy Halladay.
Well, you know, we were walking, and we got lost, actually, on the way. So we had a extra long walk, and I got to beat Friedo down with an extra long story on why the Rangers should have gone out and gotten Roy Halladay. Now, forgetting the fact that he said he didn't want to come here anyway, that's beside the point. They should have done whatever they had to give him an extension or do whatever it was. But my point was simply that a year and a half of Roy Halladay on a team that in 2010, everybody says, oh, we're going for it in 2010. We're going for it in 2010. Well, how about go for it with an actual ace? Roy Halladay, next year could win 18, 20, 22 games for him. And he goes 8. We were shocked and surprised and awed by what Derek Holland did the other night, going 8 2/3 inning of shutout baseball. Well, Roy Halladay does that twice a month, 3 times a quarter. He does that all the time. This is not like news when Roy Halladay does that. It's not a surprise. It's just another day at the office. Got to get a guy like that. Well, perfect opportunity to do it.
Derek Holland is not the only guy you have to give up. But let's just say it's Derek Holland for Halladay. Let's just say it's
right.
1 for 1. I'm not even sure if I do that deal.
No,
I know what you're saying, but the reason that I may not do that deal is because I know for a fact Halladay's not going to sign with the Rangers beyond his current contract. So you're getting Halladay for a season and a half tops. If you decide you want to trade him next July, you're getting him for a little bit less than a season. You keep Holland, you've got him under control for at least 5 years of his career. The dude's only 24 years old. And, yeah, you're right. There's no doubt Halladay's a proven commodity, but it's also proven that he's not going to sign with you. You keep Holland, he turns into a stud, and maybe you can actually keep him long-term and have a career stud on your hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, there is part of that, but, I mean, what are the chances that Holland turns out to be a stud? I mean, 24 years old is no longer a kid. I mean, the way Major League Baseball is now, your prime is between, 26 and 30. Well, that means he's a year and a half, 2 years away from his prime, and if he's not even approaching his prime yet, he may never get there.
I mean, you know what? You're absolutely right about that. You don't know. There's nothing for sure about Holland turning into that stud. But I'll tell you what is for sure. What is for sure is Halladay's not going to sign with you. You know that for sure.
You would have to get him to sign an extension first. That would work.
And the Rangers, first of all, even if they had money to spend, which they don't, they would have to overspend so much for Halladay, it would completely trash this plan that they have in place, a plan that, by the way, seems to be working very well right now.
Well, it certainly does. I mean, they're right there with the Angels. I mean, despite Anaheim's ridiculous stretch before and just after the All-Star break, the Rangers are still within striking distance. They're really just a series sweep of the Angels away from being, in first place. And look, we're right here at Cowboys camp at the Alamo Dome, and last year at this time, we wouldn't be doing this Ranger podcast.
It's amazing that we're out here talking Ranger baseball while the Cowboys are practicing right now. And maybe if the Rangers keep it up, I'll tell you, Dallas could be a baseball town.
Of course, look at all the baseball players that come out of here that go in the major leagues. And this is really the state of Texas is a great baseball state. Houston is a big baseball town. Number one sport in Houston is not the Texans, it's not the Rockets, it's the Astros. Great baseball town down there.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what the Rangers do for the rest of August. Maybe they'll be playing some meaningful games in September, and who knows? We'll see what happens.